Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I create yoga, movement, and meditation videos to help you reconnect to yourself and your body. Today's practice will be focusing on self-care, and today's practice came out of me feeling a little bit under the weather this morning, feeling a little emotional, and I found myself going back to my old patterns. If you do a lot of self-development like I have been doing for the past 15 years, it's not a linear path. And so we go through ups and downs in these cycles of growth. And this morning, these feelings came up where I felt like the weight of the world was on my shoulder. I went back to my survivor mode. And we have the victim mentality, the survivor mentality, and the thriver mentality. I don't think I was ever in the victim mentality per se, asking questions such as, why is this happening to me? But I think I was in the survivor type of mentality where I feel like I constantly have to work hard and struggle and survive to get where I want to be in life. So as I work on myself, I want to be more in that thriver mentality, that no matter what happens, I continue to thrive. And what helps with that is how we react to the things that come our way. There are many things that are out of our control. The things we have control over are our internal environments and how we respond to the outside environment. So for today, I really want to focus on a little bit of self-care in our body. And we'll begin by simply breathing and moving through simple postures today so you can feel nourished, grounded, and cared for yourself within yourself. I hope you enjoy this. So let us begin. Take a comfortable seated position, cross-legged. We call this pose Sukhasana, easy seat. You can rest your palms on your knees, palms up, to be able to receive nourishing energy from the universe. You may close your eyes if that feels more comfortable to you, or keep your eyes open and breathe with me. I invite you to take a deep breath in through your nose, and then empty out and sigh it out through the mouth. And we'll do that 2 more times, really taking the deepest breath that you can, and with the exhale, try to empty out any worries, any stagnant, pent-up energy and rigidity in the body. So inhale and exhale out. And notice how my shoulders drop when I do that. I hope you can feel the same. Take another deep breath in and out through the mouth. And you can always do a few breaths throughout the day, anytime that you feel a little stressed out, or when you just need to pause before reacting to a situation in your life. Now, let's bring our arms into this practice. So I want you to inhale, sweep the arms out and up towards the sky. Inhaling healing white light into the body. And exhale, push the energy downwards through the body, down into the earth. And then again, sweeping the arms out and up. Inhaling towards the sky, inviting healing white light into the body. And as you exhale, pushing the hands through the center line as if there's a little bit of resistance in the air. We'll do this 1 more time. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, push it down. Good, now here I want to invite you to inhale and bring the palms to the heart space, palms together. And then create a little diamond shape with your hands, reaching the arms forward, out and up, and exhaling back down. Palms together, fingers touch. Inhale, sweep the arms forward, out and up, and exhaling to the heart space. Last one like this. Inhale Out and up, reaching to the sky, and exhale, palms to chest. Very good. Bring your right hand out, side of your right hip. Walk the fingertips a little bit further out, and then start to side bend to the right, dropping your elbow in towards the body. The other hand goes out and overhead, sweeping in this lovely lateral movement. Feeling the side bend on the left side. And I want you to feel the lengthening through the side waist as you push your left hip down and you reach your left fingertips away from that left hip. Breathing here. And if this is strenuous for your neck, you can always look down instead of looking up, or find a neutral position for your neck where you're not feeling any strain or tension in the neck muscles. And then I want to inhale, sweep over to the other side, walk the fingertips away from the left hip, sweep the right arm overhead as you bend that left elbow to deepen the stretch, and then focus on pushing the right hip down into the earth as you go into a deeper lateral stretch on the right side. The right fingertips move away from the right hip to really feel the depth in that lateral stretch. These muscles get tight as we sit throughout the day working on our computers. And so it's really good to find these stretches every day, even for a few minutes at a time. Inhale back through center, and then we'll walk our fingertips forward to go into a forward fold, just to release for a moment and feel the breath filling up the back of our body. You can release onto your forearms, you can release the head down to the floor. And as you inhale, really feel the ribs expand back and sideways. And as you exhale, melt a little bit deeper towards the floor. And again, inhale, expanding the ribs with the breath, really nourishing the muscles in between the ribs, the intercostal muscles. And then exhaling, melting a little bit deeper into the floor. And we'll do that one more time. Maybe you melt a little bit more. Inhale, expand, and then exhale, release. Very good. And then we'll walk the fingertips back to center. Palms rest on your knees. Inhale, open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades so you shine your heart forward without protecting it too much. We need to shine our heart forward and be vulnerable. And as we exhale, we round like an angry kitty. And we inhale, we open the chest and squeeze the shoulder blades, feel the engagement. And then exhale, round, separate the shoulder blades away from one another. One more time, inhale, open. And exhale, round. Inhale back through center, and we'll go into a little twist. So palms come in front of your heart space. Left hand goes over to the outside of the right hip. Right hand walks over behind your sacrum, behind your sitting bones. And as you take a breath in, feel yourself lengthening upwards as if someone's pulling you by the crown of your head towards the sky. And as you exhale, push into your thigh and into the back fingertips and twist over to your right. And as you deepen the breath, notice that rise in energy. And as you exhale, maybe you go a little bit deeper. That's it. And then I invite you to look over your left shoulder and feel the stretch through the right side of your neck. Take a breath here. Stay and breathe for another moment. And empty out. And we go over to the other side. Inhale, palms at center. Right hand on the outside of the left thigh. Left fingertips behind your hips. Inhale, lengthen towards the sky. And then exhale, twist a little deeper. This hand is actually helping you twist a little more. Breath in and out. And then look over your right shoulder. Feel the stretch in the left side of your neck. And notice if there's any jamming-like sensation in the back of your neck, make sure to keep it nice and long instead of cranking it sideways. Good. And then we come back, center. We take another breath in, arms reach to the sky, and as we exhale, palms come to center. Very good. Now we'll go down onto the floor. We'll lie down on our back. I always like to transition with a little bit of engagement through the core. Arms go out in front of you. You push firmly into your feet into the floor. And if you can't do this, you can simply lie down on your back. And as we exhale, we're curling the spine. We're tucking the tail, scooping it under. So we're going to the ground with control, really pushing into the floor. Some of you might start to cramp up in your calves, and then slowly release all the way down to the ground. I'm just gonna scoot a little bit more forward here. And with your knees bent, separate your feet so they're wider than hip width and allow your knees and your thighs to touch. And then here, reach your arms up to the sky. Reach, so much so that you're drawing the shoulders away from the floor. And then as you exhale, draw the shoulder blades down towards the ground. So we'll do that 5 times. Inhale, draw the arms towards the sky like you want to reach for the sun or the moon. And as you exhale, draw the shoulder blades down. So we're flushing the shoulder blades. They do so much work on a daily basis. Inhale, go up. And so it's really important to keep our shoulder girdle, that entire upper body center, working nice and optimally for your optimal function in life. And exhale towards the floor. And last one like this, inhale towards the sky. And now instead of plugging the shoulder blades down, I actually want you to cross your arms over. So right arm goes over left, and you draw your fingers towards your left shoulder blade. And you do the same thing on the right. So your left hand sweeps over towards your right shoulder blade, and you cradle yourself like this as you hug yourself. And you breathe here, feeling the connection to the earth, feeling the support from the earth, feeling your breath expand your rib cage, and slowly feeling your nervous system calming down. Two more breaths here like this. At any point, if you notice that you're holding tension in your jaw, you can simply sigh it out as you exhale. And then release that, coming through center. Reach your arms up again, unplugging the shoulders, and now the left arm crosses over right as you snuggle the left hand behind your right shoulder blade, and then you snuggle the right hand behind the left shoulder blade. You hug yourself here, maybe rocking a little bit side to side, and then release into the floor. Feel your shoulder blades drop. Feel the connection of your upper back, your mid back, your sacrum to the floor. Taking a few long breaths here. And last one. And release. Unwrapping the arms, reaching the arms to the sky, and then release the arms by your sides. And now let's involve the legs a little bit. So let the knees separate, walk the feet back in around hip width apart, and bring your left knee into the chest. You can always bring your thumb in the hip crease to create a little more space in the hip flexor area before you draw the knee into the chest. Some of us feel sometimes a jammed-like sensation here in the hip flexors, especially if you have tendencies to sit a lot. So breathe here for a moment, hugging in, and then interlace your fingers on your shin, and if possible, straighten your right leg on the ground and engage through your right ankle. So you're now in dorsiflexion instead of allowing the foot to be floppy. Engagement through the right leg, and then start to engage the left ankle, pushing into your hands for some resistance, and then slowly lengthening that left leg towards the sky. Don't worry if you can't go all the way. You can always push the leg away from you and then go towards straight position. Again, if it's not all the way straight, that's totally fine. What's important is that you listen to the sensations your body is sending you. Going to the level that feels nice and juicy, so you feel a stretch in the back, but not so much so that there is tension that you feel like your hamstring is gonna snap at its attachment, which is here at the sitting bone. We'll breathe here for a few moments. For those of you that want to deepen it, you can walk your hands up your calf, maybe even lift your shoulders and head off the floor. But again, making sure that your neck is not overly involved. So you're working more with your legs and your abdomen and the deep core muscles, the transverse abdominis, and slowly releasing it down. Now from here, we'll bend the left knee into the chest, open the knee wider than your torso, and then see if you can grab the outer edge of your left foot for half happy baby. Your right hand can support the right hip, so you're not rolling onto the left side, you're really trying to be even on your back, on your sacrum. Draw that left shoulder down. Breathing here for another moment. And then we'll bring the knee into the chest and cross that left leg over to the right. You can either hook the left foot on the outside of the right thigh. You can also interlace with eagle wrap and scoot your right hip more to the center as you go into a little deeper of a twist. I actually felt some vertebrae release some tension with a sound. For most of us, this left shoulder has a tendency to lift up because our chest muscles are tight. If that's the case, eventually through time and practice, you'll be able to open up these muscles and release the shoulder down. Let's come back center. So unwrap your legs if they're wrapped, or just bring the left knee back into center. Recenter yourself if you scooted the right hip, and bring both knees into the chest. Hug it in, and then just rock a little bit side to side. And then let's go to the other side. So either keeping this leg straight, if that's easier for you, or straightening through that left leg and engaging it, okay? If you look more like this, or the leg is floating off the floor, don't worry about how it looks. I want you to be aware of how it feels. Now, you interlace your fingers on your right shin as you push the shin into your hands for a little bit of resistance. If you did it on the other side and you want to create a little more space in your hip flexor area, you can do that first. Otherwise, we're here. And then as this right leg straightens, you'll re-grab behind the right thigh. For me, my right side is a little bit less flexible actually. So what I suggest in order to get more even in your body is to stay a little bit longer on the side that is less flexible. Or let's say if your balance is suffering on one side, work on the side that is not the best side, right? That way you can eventually be more even in your body. That's it. And then if you did it on the other side and you want to deepen, start to walk your hands up the calf. Again, nice and long through the neck, losing any tension, softening the muscles. And then coming down, draw the right knee into the chest and then bring the knee on the outside of your ribs and grab onto the outer edge of the foot for half happy baby. Your left hand can press down onto the left hip so you're not rolling over to the right. And your shin should be pointing straight up and down instead of being in this parallel position to the floor. So notice that. Taking a few breaths here. You should definitely feel the stretch in the hamstrings, lateral aspect or the side aspect of the hamstrings as well. And then from here, we'll go into our supine twist. So our lying twist, crossing the right leg over left and either just going into the twist here to the depth that feels good to you, or like I did on the other side, I'm gonna go towards my back, wrap my right foot behind my left calf, scoot my left hip more towards the center line so I'm not putting too much pressure on my sacroiliac joint, which is on the posterior aspect of the hips. And then I'll go into this eagle wrap twist. And here too, notice how this side feels compared to your left side stretch. For me, I feel a little more tension in my sacrum area, in the lower portion of my back. I've had some SI joint instability in the past, so I usually feel a little more sensation in that area. And then slowly come back through center, unwrap the legs, recenter the hips, and hug both knees into the chest. And then here we'll rock up and down on our back, so rounding the spine, rocking a few times until you can come up into a seated position. Good. I'll scoot over back to center. And we'll finish with just a few breaths. Taking a deep breath in and then emptying out through the mouth. And again, inhale. And exhale. And last one like this. And as we sit here in stillness for a few moments, I want to bring awareness to the fact that your practice doesn't need to be long or complex. Sometimes it's just a few easy movements, easy stretches that is all that your body needs to move certain emotions or stagnation from the body so you can feel better. As you sit here, I just want you to notice how your body feels right now. And maybe if you can go back in time and try to sense how you were feeling before we started the practice today. And if you don't remember it, that's okay. That means the practice worked for you and you're perfectly content in this present moment. Let us close with 3 breaths together. Sweep the arms out and up towards the sky. Inhale. And as you exhale, push the energy down through the center line. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And exhale through center. Last one, inhale. And exhale. I want you to bring one hand over your chest, one hand over your lower belly, and breathe into both hands evenly here. Thank you so much for practicing with me. And if you haven't already, please click like and subscribe so I can continue to provide this content for you for free. Thank you so much.